What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Milam and her group noticed the horizon.
Oh, that's not good.
Carrion was the first to speak as everyone else turned pale. The sky and land were swarming with countless insects, their ferocity and threat unimaginable.
Those are 8 of Insect Lord Zelenus's 12 armies. It's awful. Even the 12 insect generals are here.
Carrion was answered by Obara, who had been recovering. Thanks to Milam and the others, she was now fully healed. Obara, seeking revenge on Michael for destroying her beloved subordinates, was at a loss for words at the sight of the horrifying insects. Perhaps she simply despised insects, otherwise she wouldn't have asked Celerio to handle the dangerous world-destroying dragon. But now wasn't the time to escape reality. Milam spoke up.
Hey, Frey, can I blow them up with Drago Nova?
Frey considered this.
Well,
it wasn't a bad idea. Obara looked at Milam eagerly, and it seemed like a good plan. If Frey disliked insects, she would have agreed immediately. However, Frey hesitated. She had a bad feeling about it.
tactically, a massive attack first might work, but it's also smart to gauge the enemy's capabilities.
Frey rejected Milam's idea, saying it was too uncertain. With so many enemies, it was tempting to let Milam wipe them out, but she knew the Insectars shouldn't be underestimated. She had seen Zijin. Frey had fought Insect Queen Apito and watched Carrion's battle with Zijin. Apito was formidable, but Zijin was on another level. This time, the enemy was the same species as Zijin.
Honestly, maybe I'm just being overly cautious, but we shouldn't underestimate our enemy.
No one mocked Frey for being cautious. Instead, Carrion agreed.
No, I think Frey is right. Intuition like that shouldn't be ignored, and I feel we should be careful too. Milam, you might not need to worry, but let's be prudent.
Midley chimed in as well.
The issue is their numbers, but individually they're around B rank. If we take out the A-ranked commanders, the rest will fall apart. Finding the commanders won't be hard. It might be easier than we think.
He spoke recklessly, as was his nature. Frey thought his plan wasn't strategic but remembered Midley's subordinates were used to such recklessness and kept her thoughts to herself.
All right, we'll handle the flying ones and leave the ground insects to Midley Dono.
Frey wrapped up the discussion as if it was settled.
We can't leave it all to Midley. I'll have my warriors target the commanders too. The remaining ones will be good training for the new army.
That would be helpful. A priest shouldn't be on the front lines anyway.
Carrion spoke reluctantly, and Midley agreed with a smile. Watching this exchange, Obara thought to herself.
It wasn't just slightly off, it was fundamentally wrong.
However, Obara wisely chose not to voice her thoughts and simply stated.
I will take care of Milam-sama's escort.
Milam then declared with a laugh.
As my 4 heavenly kings, I expect you all to do your best.
She spoke with her usual cheerful demeanor. The conversation quickly returned to a more relaxed state, as if everything was back to normal.
Whoa, seriously? The 4 heavenly kings?
Milam, you're too influenced by our Miru. Why not choose a more normal title instead of the 4 heavenly kings?
No way. I love the 4 heavenly kings. I always thought it was unfair that Rimuru was the only one with 4 heavenly kings.
Well, I'm okay with it.
Me too. Milam-sama can decide, and I will follow her wishes.
I actually like it. I'm glad it's been accepted.
What? All right then, I won't be the one to object. Fine by me.
In the end, Frey finally joined the agreement. Milam's forces, facing enemies from the other world, were ready and waiting. Their numbers had grown, merging 3 old Demon Lord factions into the largest army in the Octagram. Carrion and Frey had evolved to the Million class, and a reorganization was in progress. Carrion became the general of the general's army, leading the entire force. Frey, as chief of the guard, oversaw Milam's personal escort. Midley, as high priest, managed logistics, heading the warrior priests. Obara, the new addition, served as the military advisor, strategizing for the group. These 4 formed Milam's 4 heavenly kings. First up was the main unit led by Carrion, the Flying Beast Knights. Sufia led them, with Phobio as her second in command. This force, comprising 1,000 former Beast Masters Warrior Alliance members and the remnants of Clayman's army, had swelled to 100,000 warriors. Under Carrion's command, they were a formidable army. Next was Milam's guards, an elite unit led by Frey. Lucia and Claire assisted Frey, the commander. These Sky Knights, riding griffins, numbered just over 3,000. The griffins, though rank 1 magic beasts, had been trained by Carrion to rank up. With elite warriors from the Beast Kingdom and Sky Queen's guards riding them, their strength surpassed A rank. Frey's awakening had boosted the soaring flock, with each member now high A rank or better. Some were even special A rank, making them a powerful force. This unit, though small, excelled in aerial combat with high-speed maneuvers. Finally, the logistical support troops, hastily assembled, were led by Hermes under Midley's representation. This mixed unit included stray Majins, human mercenaries, and former subordinates of Clayman. Though primarily non-combatants, they supported the battle with supply transport, food procurement, and medical aid. Numbering about 100,000, their ranks ranged from D to B. Milam's entire force totaled over 200,000, with combat troops in front protecting the support units. Additionally, there were reinforcements from Tempest. Most notable was the army led by Geld, initially summoned for constructing Milam's castle city but redirected to the defensive battle. Including the yellow numbers and orange numbers, they totaled 35,000. This defense-specialized force was impressive, especially the yellow numbers. Geld's evolution had significantly boosted the High Orcs' fighting abilities, with their numbers rising to 10,000. Some even reached a rank, making them a formidable army. The orange numbers, now experienced warriors, averaged B rank and were as strong as any knightly order. With Geld's leadership, they provided an ironclad defense for their allies. This time, they would protect the rear, not the front lines. And let's not forget the Hiryu led by Gabble. There were only 100 of them, but each was at special A rank, making them a formidable force. They planned to join the battle, fighting flexibly and wildly. Lastly, there were Carrera and Esprit. Despite being just two, they were a significant power. With these reinforcements, they faced Insect Lord Zelenus's army, but it would be a tough fight. The enemy outnumbered them by more than 3 million, over 10 times their own forces. The swarm of insects approached like a flood. And so, the dawn of war began. Carrera stepped up first.
If Milam won't do it, then it's my turn.
She moved forward with a grin.
I wanted to show them what I could do, but Frey didn't let me. Oh well, Carrera can handle it.
Milam didn't stop either. Before they knew it, the two had become best friends. The damage they caused wasn't just doubled, it became immeasurable due to their synergy. But that didn't matter to them. They only cared about having fun and amplifying each other's power. That's right, power. Power meant strength, and strength meant destruction.
Damn insects, I'll obliterate you. The ultimate and most powerful, Abyss Annihilation.
Carrera was an expert at launching powerful magic from the start. With this spell, she wiped out over 2 million insects. The overwhelming difference in numbers was now reduced to 4 times. Seeing this, the soldiers, who had felt hopeless, were filled with hope. Carrera's action might have seemed reckless, but it was perfect for boosting morale. By reducing the enemy's numbers before they could attack, she kept her forces strong and raised their fighting spirit. It looked like the battle would turn in their favor, so they thought, but Frey's bad feeling was realized.
No way, that one's channeling my magic to the other world.
Carrera-sama's magic, I can't believe it, but it's true. This is why I hate Insectars. Some can nullify magic, they are our natural enemies.
Just as Esprit said, Carrera's magic had been redirected by a single Insectar. A female Insectar with beautiful, long, slender, iridescent wings. Her name was Peliad, one of the 12 insect generals who excelled in magic superiority.
This is no time to be impressed. They're almost here. Geld-san, defend the area above with all your might.
Understood.
Carrera's smile faded as she instructed Geld. He had doubts but followed orders without question. Meanwhile, Esprit was swiftly moving in the background. She used her unique skill, Discerner, to assess the situation and deployed her own defense magic to strengthen Geld's defense barrier.
What?
Frey was puzzled, and then it happened. The sky distorted strangely.
Just as I thought.
That's Carrera-sama for you. She deciphered that complex magic rewrite in one go.
Of course, but more importantly, can we withstand it?
Then I'll help. If this castle is destroyed, Frey will be furious.
Milam extended her hand to the sky. Then, Geld's barrier, Esprit's defensive magic, and Milam's protective curtain activated simultaneously. Immediately after, a wave of destruction poured from the rift in the sky. It was, as expected, Carrera's Abyss Annihilation.
Wait, could this be?
Oh, come on, you mean that?
Frey used her intelligence to piece together the events, while Carrion relied on his instincts. A step behind them, Midley muttered.
So, Carrera Dono's magic was channeled to the other world and re-emerged above us. What an outrageous trick.
He was correct. Gabble was the only one who couldn't grasp what had happened, but that was understandable. It was as if Carrera's most powerful magic spell was being reflected back at her, a scenario hard to believe even with an explanation. Imagining it was nearly impossible. Initially, it was almost inconceivable that such a feat could be achieved. Nevertheless, for the time being, they had no option but to rely on Geld and the others to handle the situation, all while bracing themselves for the impending impact. For a brief moment, there was a violent flickering of light and a force that felt as though it could turn the world upside down. Gradually, this energy converged and eventually subsided. Once the tremors ceased, Carrera finally broke the silence.
I can't believe someone would do this. If it had been Malim's magic, I don't know what would have happened.
Carrera had calmed down, having somehow managed to nullify the abyss annihilation she had cast. She made a casual comment, but the others turned pale. This time, the power had been reduced to less than 30%, allowing them to endure. Still, the terrain around the castle was heavily damaged, and the city's streets were no longer visible. Reconstructing this area would be a massive task, but luckily, there were no human casualties. But what if it had been Drago Nova?
My magic isn't easy to control. It's possible, but I think only a portion of its power would be reflected.
Even if it's only a portion, we might not be able to stop it. What's it called? That magic is based on an unknown theory. We can't rewrite the laws, and I doubt we'd defend against it.
Carrera replied honestly. She was skilled in magic, but Milam's magic was on another level. They had always competed in terms of power, so she knew better than anyone how dangerous it was.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Justa Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyros, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.